Hi dears, today I'd like to make this scarf, which is really easy to do. It's made entirely with single crochet stitches. I just added a bit of fringe to change it up a little. I made mine with two colors, light blue and dark blue. I used 100 grams of light blue and 100 grams of dark blue. My yarn was 50 grams, 133 meters. Shall we get started with the step-by-step? To make my project, I'm going to use these two colors. You can use whatever colors you like. I'm going to use a lighter blue and a denim blue. It's 50 grams, 133 meters. The label says to use a 3 or 3.5 millimeter hook, but I'm going to work with a 4 millimeter hook. To make my scarf, I can make as many chains as I want. I want to work with 25 single crochets, so I need to make 25 chains plus 1. So in my case, I'm going to start my scarf with 26 chains. Now that I have my 26 chains, I'm going to skip the first one without working into it, go into the second chain and make a single crochet. I go into my third chain and make a single crochet. In the fourth chain, I make a single crochet. I go into my fifth chain and make a single crochet. And like this, I will keep working across this whole row. I will end up with a total of 25 single crochets. I've already finished the whole row. I made my 25 single crochets. So now I'm going to start my second row. I'm going to turn my work. I'm not going to make a chain, nothing. I'm going straight here where I have my first single crochet. I grab both loops at the top of my single crochet and make a single crochet. So this is how I start this row. I go here where I have my second single crochet, grab both loops at the top and make another single crochet. I go to the third one, grab both loops at the top and make a single crochet. I go to the fourth one, grab both loops at the top and make a single crochet. And like this, I will keep working until I reach my last single crochet. In my case, I will end up with 25 single crochets, the same number I had in the previous row. So I've already worked my entire row, made my 25 single crochets, worked all the way to the last single crochet. So in the previous row I had 25 single crochets, and in this one I have 25 single crochets. That's how my whole scarf will be. So I'm going to do the same thing in the next row, which is my third row. I'm going to turn my work, go here where I have my first single crochet and go into it without making a chain, without anything. And I work a single crochet. I go into the next single crochet, which is my second single crochet from the previous row. And I work a single crochet. I go into my third single crochet, work a single crochet. In the fourth, a single crochet. In the fifth, a single crochet. And like this, I will keep working this entire row. I will work like this until I have a total of 10 rows. This is my third row. I will do this one and the other 7, and then I'll come back. I've already worked my 10 rows. Here in the last row, which is my 10th row, I worked until I reached my second to last single crochet. That's why in the previous row I had 25 single crochets. In this one I worked until I had 24. Because the last single crochet, I will work it while changing colors, since now I'm going to start working with the dark blue color. So now that I've worked my last row up to the second to last single crochet, I'm going to cut my yarn. I'll leave about 10 centimeters of yarn and cut it. Now I'm going to take the other color and leave it here waiting. With my hook, I go into my last single crochet, insert it, grab the yarn from the back, bring it to the front, and now I have 2 loops on my hook. Now that I have 2 loops, I'm going to take the other yarn, leaving about 10 centimeters here. I grab it here, and now I'm going to pull it through both loops, closing this single crochet. So like this, I've finished this row. Now I'm going to start my next row. I'm going to turn my work. I'll go to where I have my first single crochet and I'll work a single crochet here, but I'm going to pick up both strands with it. So I go into my single crochet here, into the first single crochet, leaving the yarn inside between the yarn on my hook and the yarn that's in the back, because this way I'm already weaving it in as I work this row. I'm going to grab the yarn in the back and bring it here to the front. So look, it's here in the middle, both strands. Now I work my single crochet, so it stayed there. Now I go into my second single crochet, insert in there, leaving these two strands here to catch them inside my stitch. And I work my second single crochet. I work the third, always keeping both strands inside. I go there and make the fourth, always keeping both strands. The fifth, the sixth one in line, the seventh, the eighth, and I'll keep going like this until I've caught both strands inside here. I've worked my 10 stitches and the yarn is inside there. Now still in the next stitch I want to catch it because I still have a little bit of yarn here. So I'm going to pull it out a bit here. I go into the next single crochet and work a single crochet, catching them. I go into the one after that and make a single crochet, catching them. Now I pull it out here and it stays there, nicely hidden. Now I keep going like this, working my row. I go into the next single crochet and work a single crochet. In the next one, I work a single crochet. In the one after that, I make a single crochet. And like this, I'll keep going until I finish my row. I've already worked my whole row up to the last single crochet. So I've made my 25 single crochets here with my second color. Now I'm going to work the other rows the same way I did here with the light color. That's why I turn my work. I go here where I have my first single crochet and work a single crochet into it without making a chain, nothing. I go there and make a single crochet. I go into my second single crochet and make a single crochet. In the third, a single crochet. In the fourth, a single crochet. And like this, I'll keep working all the way across this row. Then I'll also work the other 8 rows because I need to have a total of 10 rows in this color. I'm going to work them, all of them, and then I'll come back. I've already worked my 10 rows. I did the last row up to my second to last single crochet, so in my case I worked 24 single crochets. I still need to work the last single crochet, but in it I'm going to change colors again because I'll go back to working here with the light blue color. So now I'm going to cut my yarn. I'll leave about 10 or 12 centimeters. So I'll grab my other color and leave it there waiting. I go into my last single crochet here. Grab my yarn from the back, bring it to the front, and now I have both yarns on the hook. Now I'm going to take the other color. I'll leave about 10 or 12 centimeters here. And now I'll close the 2 loops I have on the hook with it. I did it the same way I did here when I changed colors. Now I'm going to turn my work. I'll go here where I have my first single crochet, picking up both strands on the hook because I'm going to leave it inside my stitch. I go into my first single crochet and work a single crochet. So like this, my yarn is left inside here. I go to my second single crochet and I'm going to work it with both strands inside my stitch. So I leave the yarns on top so that I already pick up the stitch with both strands inside it. I go to my third stitch. Single crochet, I work a single crochet keeping both strands inside it. In the fourth, I make a single crochet, always with both strands inside it. And like this, I'll keep going until both strands are nicely hidden. So I've already worked it, and here I just have a tiny little bit left with both strands. So now I'm going to pull it out a little bit. so that it gets a bit longer and easier to work with. So I'll always leave it there on top. I go into my next single crochet, pick up the yarn from the back and make a single crochet. I go into the next stitch, make another single crochet, always keeping both strands inside my stitch. In the next one, I make a single crochet. In the next one, I make a single crochet. Now my yarn is pretty much already hidden. I'm just going to grab it here at my first stitch and pull it out. That way my yarn is already there, nicely hidden. And now I continue my row. I go to my next single crochet and work a single crochet. In the next one, a single crochet. And like this, I work until I finish this row. After that, I keep working until I have 10 rows. Once I have 10 rows, I do the same thing. I change the yarn and start working with the second color. I'll keep doing this until it reaches the size I want. Now I'm going to work on mine, you work on yours, and then I'll come back. I've already finished mine. I made it 1.70 meters. I finished the last row here with the light blue color, since I had started down here with the light blue color. In the last row, I worked until I reached the last single crochet, so I ended up with my 25 single crochets, because here I won't need to change colors. So now that I've worked up to the last single crochet, I ended up with my 25 single crochets, which is the same number of stitches I had in the other rows. I can cut my yarn and finish off because I'll be coming back to add the fringes. So I've already cut my yarn and finished off. So this part is already done. Now I'm going to add the fringe. I'm going to add the fringe on this side where I have the pattern here like this. Because on the other side it's like this, it's different. So I'm going to use this side to add the fringe. First, I'm going to take a piece of cardboard. I cut mine to exactly 14 centimeters long, and then I'm going to carefully wrap a strand of one color and a strand of the other color around it at the same time. I'll place them together right there. Now with my cardboard, I'll place them on top and wrap them around because I need a base to cut. Once I have finished wrapping all of this material completely around the object, I will take my scissors, carefully position them right inside this gap, and then I will go ahead and cut through all of these strands. That way I already have all the little pieces ready to add my fringe. So now I'm going to add my fringe. I'm going to take a dark blue and a light blue color and place them together, tip to tip. I'll fold them here in the middle. Then right here where I have both, right in the middle, that's how I hold them. Now I'll go to my first stitch, the first single crochet of the row, and insert there. I grab my yarn with my hook and pull it through to the front. Now I take my yarns and pull them through as if I were making a chain. I grab all 4 strands I have there, pull them through my stitch, and then pull them out. That way I have my first fringe here. Now I take the other 2 strands and do the same thing. I'll fold them right in the middle, exactly in the center, so that both sides are the same length. I'm going to skip a single crochet here without working it, which is the second single crochet of the row. Then in my third single crochet, I insert my hook. I grab the 2 strands and pull them to the front. Now I take the 4 strands and pull them through here, as if making a chain. And I pull them out like this. I've added my second fringe. I take 2 more strands, always picking one light color and one dark color. I'm going to fold them neatly, skip 1 single crochet, go to the next one, insert my hook and work my fringe. I grab it with my hook where it's folded and pull it to the front. Now I take the 4 strands that are there and pull them through here, as if it were a chain stitch, and I pull it through. That way I've already added my 3 fringes. I'll keep adding them until I reach the last single crochet and then I'll come back. I've already added my fringes. So here I've added the fringes on this side. Now on this same side down here, I'm going to add one right here where I have the first stitch. This exact spot right here is where I carefully worked on my very first chain stitch, so I'm going to add my fringe here. So I'll take these two individual strands of yarn, one of each color, and then fold them perfectly in half. I go to where I have my first chain stitch, take the two strands, pull them through, then I take the four strands, pull them through as if making a chain stitch, and pull everything through. So it turned out like this. I'll take two more strands, fold them in half. I go here, skip one chain stitch, go to the next one, insert my needle, grab the two strands in the middle, pull them through, and work it as if making a chain stitch. So I'll keep adding them down here until I reach the very end. So I've already added the fringes on both sides. So my scarf is now finished. Thank you so much. If you want, subscribe to the channel down below. See you next time.